Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump is back smashing the sacred cows of morally superior, decent, good, and noble Democrats. The Orange Menace. Oh my God, he's promising pardons of the bad people of 2 years ago in January. He's promising investigations of pure as the driven snow Joe, mashed potato brains, and he's urging supporters to demonstrate if any of the people investigating him happen to break the law. Oh my God, it's all over the news now. Democrats and morally superior wonderful liberals everywhere are so wedded, they're so indebted to their myths and to their dogma. Trump, yet again, committed blasphemy and heresy by showing Democrats who they are. So what he's doing is very interesting. They have spent now about 7 years investigating him. From 2015 to 2022. They found nothing. They're going after his family. They went after his tax returns. They found nothing. They obsessed over the Mueller probe. He was never indicted or charged with working alongside Russian operatives. Now, under mashed potato brains, Russia is about to invade Ukraine. And oh, guess what? Mashed Potato approved the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, a pipeline or a decision that Democrats have no knowledge of and don't care about because they don't really understand why Vladimir Putin or Russia has so much influence over Europe. They have no clue that Russia provides 30 to 40% of Germany's and the EU's oil and natural gas. So, therefore, all the absurd sanctions or the vapid, meaningless economic sanctions against Russia by our beloved President Biden and his merry band of imbeciles who know nothing about foreign policy or politics at all, geopolitics at all. They don't understand why Putin and Russia wouldn't care at all, because they could just shut down the numerous pipelines to Europe, and then people would freeze, and their economies would grind to a halt. Already they're experiencing record high inflation like we are in this country. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I will have a live stream today by around 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Be here for the live stream today at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. I'll have another upload at around, I would say, 2 p.m. Pacific. So be here at around 2:30 p.m. for the next upload. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. Please subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. The Atlanta Fed projects a 0.1% increase, or 0.1% GDP increase. So in the first quarter of 2022, we're heading towards a recession. And I'll talk about that today. Trump was right about the stock market crash. We already have seen the market crash. We're going to get unfortunately, we're going to get the 2,000 to 3,000 point drops in a day. According to Jeremy Grantham, we're in a Sigma 3 super bubble. This, of course, is the result of what I spoke about last October in The Federalist. To read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, The Daily Caller, other publications, go to hagoodman.com. I wrote last year, I said we're going to have a stock market crash because Democrats tanked the global economy, or I should say the U.S. economy, by their policies, the wonderful policies they have, the apoplectic and oftentimes hysterical and completely irrational paranoid policies they have, pushed to end economic activity for about a year and a half. And they're still obsessed over you-know-what. But Trump is the big menace and bad person. Trump and Trump Republicans are going to spend every day, every second, every hour, every day, every week investigating Joe, Hunter, Democrats, just like they investigated Trump, okay? The only thing AOC and Pelosi did for the past 4 years, the past 4 years since 2018, is investigate Trump. That's it. They did nothing else. And you could say, well, they passed this policy. They promised Medicare for all. They promised the Green New Deal legislation. They promised to end the filibuster. They promised to pack the courts. They only lie. That's the only thing they know is deceit and to railroad people like Bernie Sanders and to promise the world and give nothing. And have they made wealth inequality an issue? Well, wealth inequality is worse now. They keep saying, oh, well, we went ahead and we addressed childhood poverty. You caused the poverty rate to increase by preventing parents and families from working. Then, when they couldn't pay their bills and they couldn't pay their rent, you said, Democrats said, we're going to push for an eviction moratorium. You wouldn't allow them to work. Of course, it was for their benefit, and of course, it was to protect them. But you wouldn't allow them. You completely ended economic activity. Anyway, inflation is just one of the many issues. Geopolitical issues. China is going to invade Taiwan after the Olympics. Russia is about to invade Ukraine. Gee, I wonder what the Kremlin has on Joe and Hunter, and I wonder what the Kremlin has on Democrats. Oh, that's right. You can only think in that maniacal way if you're a Democrat against Trump. Why are all these bad things happening under Democrats in the White House and in Congress? And all they can think about is, we're going to investigate January, and Trump, and he did this, and they are so obsessed, and what's going to happen is they're going to run out of, the obsession is going to be overshadowed by inflation. Their laser focus on Trump is going to be overshadowed by the stock market crash, the economic recession we're going to see this year, and if you don't believe me, Elon Musk, who's the richest man in the world, says we're going to have a recession. It's directly because of Democratic policies. Now I can get into them. I can get into that more. I can explain and elaborate, but God forbid. It is forbidden to elaborate, so I will not elaborate. Their policies are horrendous. Democrats, the morally superior among us, the wonderful, lofty idealists, have run this country, have destroyed so many things, from the economy to any prestige we have left in terms of geopolitics. I mean, the Afghanistan withdrawal was one of the most devastating days in American history. May 1st, 2021, Trump single-handedly negotiated a withdrawal, a reversal of Lincoln Project foreign policy. If you're a liberal, if you're a morally superior, wonderful, amazing liberal Democrat, and you retweet Bill Kristol, you know nothing about politics. You are completely ignorant of politics. You should never pontificate about anything ever again in your life. But the Lincoln Project people and the neoconservatives of Bush's administration set us on a course of never-ending conflict. Never-ending conflict. Counterinsurgency wars. Trump single-handedly negotiated the Doha Agreement to reverse U.S. foreign policy of the past 20 years. It called for a May 1st withdrawal. Biden, of course, not knowing what he's doing, just said, you know what, we're going to just sometime in the summer, and Lord knows how many Americans are still there. And 13 Americans lost their lives. And Alec Baldwin went after the family of one of them on social media. So there you go with the morally superior. And those 100+ Afghans who lost their lives should be alive today as well. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. That's all you hear about. You type in Trump right now on Google. All you will hear is Trump vows to pardon. He's going to pardon the bad people. Meanwhile, billions in property damage, according to Wikipedia, and 25 lives plus lost, and nothing from Democrats. No investigations, no nothing. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Be here today at around 6:30 p.m. Thank you.